Happy Friday. Happy Friday. How are my beautiful people? Notice I didn't say pandemic. We done with that. We casting that out. We done. Season's over for that, okay? We ready for the new beginnings, right? I ain't gonna keep y'all long because I know it's the weekend. We trying to get our grub on, get our preparations for the Super Bowl, for them Chiefs, baby, right? All right, so as promised, when we're talking about Black History Month, I do appreciate all of the contributions of each and every one of the names that we know, trust, and love that have been put before us. You know, Malcolm's my fave. If I was to come back as an activist in the flesh again and be reborn, I was probably Malcolm, okay? Hi, thank you for joining. I can't see who you are right now. Throw up a heart, say hello or something so I can see you. But yeah, so with Black History Month, I just wanted to do a little something different because first of all, the fact that we are even having to have a Black History Month and be acknowledged for 28 days as literal human beings seems a little bit oxymoronic to me, considering the fact that our history, to be honest, shouldn't even be history, right? Because we've been here for quite some time. For the most part, 2.8 million, billion, whatever that number is, of melanated people did not make it over to these United States on the good ship Jesus, okay? Or Amistad, for that matter. All of us did not come here that way. So I want to make that very clear. While a great majority of us are considered descendants of slaves, there are a great many of us who are indigenous to these United States. That is a historical fact that may not necessarily be well known because it's not something that was taught to us in school. That certainly was not part of our history lesson, let alone Black history anyway. So I just wanted to share that little tidbit with you. You can go research that if you want to research that about melanated people being indigenous to these United States. Start with the mound people or indigenous people or Amerindians, okay? You can start with that. That would be a great place to start. So I will just give you a brief, what's up, Mike Todd? I got some product info. We're going to be talking about that too. But right now, we got to give honor to Black History Month. So listen, first of all, what you want to know is that melanated people were already in these United States, living, breathing, moving, and having our being. And the Pacific Islanders migrated into these United States. And it is my understanding that it was the interbreeding of the indigenous melanated people and the Pacific Islanders that created what we now know as the so-called Native Americans, also known as Indians. Okay? So apparently there were some groups of Indians that when Columbus so-called and allegedly discovered something that had already been in existence, coupled up with some Pacific Islanders that had kind of got off to themselves and were not interbreeding with us and made a bond, made a pact, whatever. You know, I think they got the blankets with the smallpox and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And they kind of helped collaborate with them to come against the indigenous people. And there were some wars and things that were going on. And ultimately, those indigenous people found themselves in slavery. All right? But they were indigenous to these United States. Okay? So, If you have gone and taken any type of ancestry to find out what your heritage is, many people are getting their results back, and they're finding out they don't have Native American, they don't have African, and it's like, what the heck? Like what? They don't understand. They're getting these haplogroup numbers and letters associated with their results. And so I'm not going to get too deep into this. This is not a lesson on that. I'm just dropping some history on you today, if in case you're interested in your history and you want to know, right? I said I was going to do something different, fresh and new, so that you can research these things during our month of celebration. Because for the most part, 337 days of the year, I'm all about the collective. I can identify myself as a woman and get on the platform for, feminism, women's rights, this and that. But it's only going to take me so far, right? I can get on the platform for Black Power, right? Black Lives Matter. That's only going to take me so far. I want to see us all winning. I'm all about the collective. I'm about the human race. Why am I about the human race? Because I understand that there is an agenda to create something that is not quite human. It's called transhumanism, and you are welcome to look into that as well, okay? Allegedly, there is an agenda to create something that is not quite human, okay? Look that up. These are key words, okay? So in case I get banned, slammed, deleted, fact checked, or whatever, because I didn't use some words on here, don't be surprised if you see fact checkers on my video. But in the interest of trying to heal some ancestral trauma, I just want you all to know that some of you in your mind, because you are melanated people, you might think that you might be descendants of slaves, and you absolutely may not be. So it could be worth your time to dig deeper into your heritage. You can look up birth records, death records, census, even manifest, and you can start doing your family tree. I do not recommend the top 3. If you're going to do the DNA type testing, the top 3 companies, to my knowledge, and allegedly sell your information. They mine your materials and are doing other testing and other things with it. I'm not saying I'm for or against that, but then it may not be something that you want them to do with your materials. Okay, so because they ask you, can they do further testing? That's just not something I wanted. So I went with African ancestry to find out my heritage and where my family came from on the maternal side. We're going to work on our father's side here shortly. So my family has found that we have our beginnings on the Matriclan side with 99.7% certainty. We are of the Mende tribe of Sierra Leone. So when some redneck says to me, take your ass back to Africa, I just might, because now we know where we from. Used to be they say that, and I would feel some kind of way because I'm like, well, where in Africa would you want me to go? Like, we wouldn't even know. Is it Ghana? Is it Nigeria? Is it Liberia? Like, where do you want me to go? All these different African countries have their own cultures and things that they do, right? Who gonna accept me as their child? Okay? So, with that said, you may or may not be a descendant of slaves. Okay? Happy Black History Month. Make sure you look into that. Now, that's about healing ancestral trauma. All right, another thing about healing ancestral trauma. I want you to know that you've been carrying these mentalities, these limiting beliefs and stinking thinking like you're lazy, you're worthless, you're nothing, no one loves you. Like, because this stigma that has gone out all over the planet, not just in these United States, but, the word is out, right? When they see this stamp on us. And know that you are supported. Know that you are protected. Know that you are valued. And know that you are loved. Okay? And it is written that you are. Trust me and believe me on that. So even in their book, it is written. So direct yourself over to Revelations 2:9 and Revelations 3:9 if you don't believe me. And you might want to take a little trip down Deuteronomy 28 if you don't believe me. All right. And there is some alleged evidence that these United States may actually be, and I heard that, I'm saying allegedly because I'm still doing my research, but it has been said that this is Egypt. That is why that there is an obelisk and an all-seeing eye and Egyptian symbols on our money. What? Okay, so enough of that. That's your Black History lesson for today. Now, let's talk about some healing of the body in this wintertime. So typically I have never had this issue, but my feet got really, really dry. When I tell you, I have never, ever, 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 ever had dry, cracked up on the bottoms, like flaking, never. But baby, being on the inside of this house, not getting my regular mani-pedis, feet not really getting that much air and sunshine, right? It got pretty bad. So one night, my husband hears, it was my feet on the sheets. And he was like, oh, no, no, see that, that's just unacceptable. We was cracking up. All right, because he's a mail carrier. We expect that from him. His feet are his livelihood. His feet be towed up from the floor up. And I had to buy him a little spa thing for his feet and the apple cider vinegar and all this. Lotions, potions, scrubs, and all that. He take care of his feet. But for my feet to be scratching up the sheets, oh, heck no. So anyway, I was just like, oh my God. So I put on some socks, guys. And that next morning I was like, well, I don't want to go like to the spa to get my feet done. Certainly not with, them being cracked and open like that. That's a sanitary issue, even though they use like bags and make sure everybody has their own experience when they're getting in the sauna or whatever, the spa. With all this going on, I didn't want to go. I want them to be healed to a certain degree when I go. No open cracks, peeling, nothing. So I have this awesome 500 milligram CBD body lotion. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to use this for 3 days and I'm just going to sleep in white socks for about 3 days. And then we're just going to see how it goes. And then, maybe I'll go get my feet done. Well, guess what? I did this that night. I took my bath and used my little scrubs. In fact, I'll never forget because it was on his birthday. It was the 28th, and it was the full moon. Put my little rose petals and all that, and just hooked it up. Had my scrubs and all that. And I did a little, exfoliating, but I didn't want to damage the area, so I was gentle. But when I got out, pat dried and all that, and I put my Exxon Relief lotion on my feet. And I put white socks on. When I tell you that next morning when I woke up, my feet were smooth as a baby's behind. I lie not. I can get him up here as a witness. He will tell you. I couldn't believe it. So I was really expecting at least 3 days before they rose again. But they was on point within 24 hours. Why was I surprised? My company is exemplary. So I do have this on hand, CBD sold here. I also have a oil. I have a muscle and joint balm. I also have gummies and a myriad of other wonderful products. I've been taking them for the past couple of years because I was actually diagnosed with an autoimmune condition. And while I cannot make medical claims, what I can tell you is for the past 2 years since I have been taking this product, literally, I have not had any of the opportunistic skin infections and lesions and breakouts that I have had, as a relation to my condition. So With that being said, I'm going to let you guys go. It is Friday. I want you to enjoy your weekend, enjoy your month, enjoy these, it ain't even a month. Enjoy these 28 days of being melanated and being beautiful, being protected, supported, valued, and loved. And until next time, if I have another update for you that is uplifting and positive that I can share with you, I certainly will. You know, we do not negate our inventors and our pioneers and our philanthropists and activists or any of those things, but we've been hearing about the same people for the past, 50 years? It's time to dig deeper and start unraveling the truth. And that's what I'm here to do. So go research, look up some of the stuff that I've talked to you about. If it interests you, if not, don't worry about it. But if you're just coming on to this video and you don't know what I'm talking about, put hashtag replay in the comments and then just go back and watch it again. But I encourage you to do your own research. Don't take my word for it. Don't take anyone's word for it. Always do your own research. But I would also say eat the fish, throw out the bones. You will know the truth because it will resonate with your spirit. All right? So that's all I have for now. Thank you. Be blessed and have a wonderful weekend. And go Chiefs. I will see you on the other side of that ring, baby. Take care. Bye-bye now.